Hey folks, welcome to the Ramble. So, my political commentary and videos about the current social and cultural moment here in the United States, particularly over the last few months, have been a little on the negative side, a little on the dire side. There's been a lot of urgent exhortations for my fellow Americans to go vote in the now completed midterm election, and lots of talk about the various crimes and atrocities of the Trump administration and their supporters and the various sections of our society that they have empowered and energized. So this week is Thanksgiving here in the U.S., and I thought it would be a nice change of pace. Instead of talking about Trump and Nazis and white supremacists in general and mass shootings, all of which are very important things and all of which we should still be talking about and should constantly be working to address and to solve all of these problems. But for just one video, since it's Thanksgiving week, I thought I would just take a break temporarily from that and tell you some of the things that I'm actually thankful for. Because I do enjoy a pretty good life, and I dare say a lot of you enjoy a pretty good life. Some of you don't. Some of you have problems far worse than any of the ones I have to deal with or have ever had to deal with. And I'm not trying to tell you to ignore those or trying to make light of those or delegitimize those, because there's enough of that going on as it is. But I do have a lot to be grateful for in my life. I do have a lot to be thankful for. And I thought it might be healthy and constructive to just spend a few minutes talking about some of those things, since this Thursday is Thanksgiving. And even though our Thanksgiving holiday does have a lot of very upsetting historical connections, at the heart of the holiday is a recognition of what we have and encouraging a sense of gratitude for what we have. Not complacency, but gratitude. So I'm grateful for a lot of things in my life right now. I'm grateful first and foremost for my wife, Ashley, who is the most awesome person I've ever known. She is my best friend. She is the best partner I could ever ask for in all the various interpretations of that word. She's just amazing. She makes me a better person just for being here and for being with me. And she doesn't appear on camera with me anymore, but she contributes her talents, her voice talents, to the Steve and Stuffy videos. And she also gave an amazing hands-only performance in the most recent Trek Actually video, which I thought was just outstanding. I was so impressed with her hand acting, especially when there's a moment in the Trek Actually video where I suggest making our card game a little more interesting, and she just folds her hands on the table like I'm listening, and it's amazing. So Ashley is the best, and I'm first and foremost incredibly thankful for her. And I'm thankful for my cat, Audie, who is, as I record this, asleep on the couch in the next room. Best cat you could ever ask for. Just an amazing companion, an amazing animal, an amazing creature. I love her so much. And we've had Audie now for, I think, 12 years. And I am just as charmed and fascinated by her as I was when we first brought her home. She never has ceased to grab my attention. Whatever she happens to be doing at any given moment is almost always more interesting to me than pretty much anything else going on in the room. I'm absolutely fascinated, and I absolutely adore my cat. So I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my parents and my brother. I'm grateful for my grandmother, who is my only my only still living grandparent, and my granny, one of the most important people in my life. If I had to single out one single person who is responsible for me being who I am today. And that's super simplistic and reductive, because my upbringing was accomplished by many, many people. Not just one person, but if I had to single out one person who I'm the most grateful for their influence on me, it would probably be Granny. And the fact that she is still with us is something that I'm incredibly thankful for. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for friends that I have in person in my local area who I don't see as often as I should or as I would like. I'm thankful for old friends that I still keep in touch with, people that I've known since I was a little kid. I'm thankful for friends that I've gotten to know through the internet. I'm thankful for my friend Christopher, who I co-host Pierre the Chef with on this channel now, who is one of my oldest and dearest friends. We've known each other for like 20 years now. It's hard to believe. I'm thankful for all of the various Jasons. I'm friends with with like 3 or 4 people, all of whom are named Jason, who are, and without exception, they're like some of the coolest people I've ever known. First and foremost, of course, is my great friend and collaborator, Jason Harding, who is the genius behind the podcasts that we do together, Late Seating and the Ensign's Logs. If you enjoy those podcasts and you listen to them and you think, wow, this is pretty good, give Jason the credit. Don't give me the credit. He's just kind enough to let me tag along and get my shit in here and there while he is making his hilarious jokes and shaping it into something worth paying attention to. That's Jason. And then there's another Jason. I don't know if I should use his last name because he's not super public, but yeah, Jason, and his last initial is J. I don't want to dox him. I don't know if I may have mentioned his last name before on a video, but just to make sure, I don't want to, But anyway, he's someone who I've known almost as long as I've known Christopher. Just like Christopher, I met Jason on a Batman chat room in the late 90s, and there I have other friends that I met back then that I still keep in touch with. Jess is another one, and Dana is another one, and people that we just met in a chat room 20 years ago because we liked Batman, and we found the same website with a chat and a message board, and we just got to know each other, and we still keep in touch. We're still friends. We're scattered all over different parts of the country, but we still know each other and care about each other, and it's amazing. So I'm grateful for people like that. I'm grateful for people who watch my YouTube videos. I'm grateful for you if you're watching this right now. I'm grateful that you're paying attention to this, that you find something of use or something of interest in what I have to say. I'm grateful that when this video popped up on your YouTube page that you said, oh, Steve has a new video up. I think I'll watch that. And you clicked the video, and now here we are. I'm grateful that you did that. I'm grateful for those of you who have been doing that for years. For as long, some of you watching this, I know, have been watching my videos for as long as I've been making them, and that's amazing to me. I mean, when I had 1 subscriber, when I had 10 subscribers, there are people back then that are still watching these things today, and that's astonishing to me. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. I'm grateful for my Patreon patrons. People who not only watch the videos, but like what I do enough, think what I do is good enough or important enough or whatever, to send me money, to make a monthly donation of $1 or $5 or $10. Some people donate $20 a month or $25. There are people I can't put into words how much that means to me. I mean, there are people, and I don't mean to state it so flatly because it might shake people loose from their delirium and they might realize, oh shit, I'm giving him that much money. I hope that's not the effect that this has. But I mean, there are people who donate more to my Patreon on a monthly basis than it would cost to have a Netflix subscription or a Hulu subscription. That's amazing to me. I can't tell you how flattering that is and how humbling that is. That I'm worth that to some people. And I know I don't mean to make it sound like, I expect that, because I don't. I know lots of people there. I know there are people who watch my stuff who would be Patreon patrons if they could, but they just can't afford it. And that's completely understandable and completely fine. Like, to me, that's all bonus material. I mean, it's bonus material that I depend on to pay my bills because YouTube is my full-time job. But I don't expect everyone who watches the video to chip in $1 or $5 or however much a month to help me do this. But the fact that there are so many of you that do, and the fact that it's an increasing number, that more and more people are doing it is just, I can't tell you how thankful I am and how grateful I am to all of you. At however long you've been a patron, whether you just became one today, whether you've been one for years, whether you're pledging $1 a month or 5 or 10 or 20 or however much you can afford and however much you think. I cannot tell you how grateful I am for you, because I could not do this without you. I mean, this YouTube thing is really the only thing that I feel like I've ever been really, really good at. And the only thing that I have been able to do and be able to make a living at. A modest living, but a living nonetheless, that I've ever felt truly happy with. You know what I mean? There are days when I'm writing a video or shooting a video or in some other stage of the production process. There are many days where it definitely feels like work. It's not all a walk in the park. It's not all just, oh, what a dream to be a YouTuber. There are days when it's difficult. There are days when it's challenging, when it's frustrating, when it's tiring. But then again, as the old saying goes, it's not exactly coal mining, is it? And the fact that I'm able to do this for my job because of you, there aren't words for that. So I'm grateful for you, for you viewers, for you patrons, for you who enable me to do this. I'm thankful for you, more than words can say. I'm thankful for things that make life worth living, that give life its color and its texture and its taste, that make me happy, that entertain me, that make me laugh, that make me cry, that move me, that educate me, that inform me, that change me, that encourage me to grow. I'm thankful for Star Trek. I'm especially thankful for Star Trek, because since I started making regular videos about Star Trek, my fortunes have begun to increase incrementally ever since then. The Trek Actually videos have been, both creatively and financially, have been a great shot in the arm for me and a great boon, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for Star Trek just being there as something to watch and enjoy, and in that way, I'm grateful to superhero comics. I'm grateful to Mystery Science Theater 3000. I'm grateful to Bob's Burgers. I'm grateful to The Simpsons, even though it's not as good as it used to be. I'm very grateful for The Simpsons. I'm grateful for MacGyver and Quantum Leap and all the old corny action shows, Knight Rider that I remember and still watch from the 80s and 90s. Murder, She Wrote. I'm grateful that these things exist. I'm grateful for professional wrestling. I'm grateful, particularly in the last couple of years, for professional wrestling that has no affiliation whatsoever with Vince McMahon and WWE. I'm grateful for things like Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling and Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and Major League Wrestling and the revitalized National Wrestling Alliance. And I'm grateful for all of those things. I'm grateful for baseball. I'm grateful for these remote control LED lights I got a couple of months ago. Aren't they amazing? Don't they just make everything better? The background is so interesting now that I have these. And plus, it makes it so easy to rip off ContraPoints, which I think should be the aspiration of any YouTuber worth a shit, or who wants to be worth a shit, Why aren't we all ripping off ContraPoints? I'm grateful for ContraPoints. What do you think, green? Does green look good? Yeah. Looks like an unkeyed green screen, doesn't it? What about purple? Ooh, purple and green looks good. Look at that. What about purple and blue? That looks good. Yeah, I like that, purple and blue. Anyway, I'm thankful for the result in the election. I'm thankful for the fact that we're going to have a majority in one house of Congress here in the U.S. starting in January that will be able to put up roadblocks for this awful, evil, monstrous presidential administration and its Republican enablers. I'm grateful for that. I'm incredibly thankful for that. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to take that Democratic majority in the House and to push them to do the right thing, to push them to be more progressive, to be more strong and courageous in standing up to the Trump administration, to be more proactive in defending the rights of people and protecting people from the abuses of Donald Trump and his various appointees and underlings. I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for all of those things that I've just listed and many more things that I can't think of right now. but I could go on all day about how thankful I am for the things that I have in my life, for the good things in my personal life, and for the good or encouraging or hopeful things in our society and in our world. There's a lot of things to be worried about. There's a lot of things to be angry about. There's a lot of things to be depressed about. There's a lot of things that need to be changed. And we need to keep working to change those. We need to keep fighting to change those. But there are a lot of things that we can be grateful for too. And I think it's good to just pause for a moment and look back and look around and acknowledge the things that we have individually and communally, societally, that are good, that are worth protecting, that are worth fighting for, that give us peace and joy and meaning. I have a lot of those things, and hopefully you do too. And if you want to share in the comments some things that you're thankful for, please, that would be wonderful. I would encourage you to do that. And to those of you who are celebrating it this week along with me, happy Thanksgiving.